Alrighty then. So I guess this officially marks the turnaround point. I mean, I kind of turned around in West Phoenix a couple days ago, but I've ended up moving a little bit west again to go to White Sands today, and then my next stopping point is San Antonio, Texas. Lackland Air Force Base, more specifically. And from White Sands, Google took me a little bit west again. I understand why I hesitated. I mean, there was a different route option that would take 30 minutes longer. It's just trying to get me to interstates quicker, which is quicker for traversing these long stretches of road. Although those secondary highways aren't bad either. They're generally straight as an arrow and 75-mile-an-hour speed limits too. But I think once I get into Texas on I-10, I just got back on I-10. And I think there'll be even 85-mile-an-hour speed limits, which I'm not entirely sure I want to take this old truck go 85 miles an hour. We'll see when I actually have that as an opportunity. A shot, I imagine. If nothing else, this thing will drink some gasoline at that speed. To be sure. It's hard to push a big old brick like this 85 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour on the highway. But I got a lot of driving ahead of me in the next couple days, and maybe it'll be worth it. Texas is going to be pretty boring after all that I have seen. To be completely honest, I've almost had a awesome overload. I mean, today, White Sands was pretty cool. Pretty awesome. I didn't do a lot of hiking or exploring. I pretty much just burned up 3 batteries on my drone and did a lot of drone footage. That was about it. Climbed up one dune. I didn't do any sledding down any because I didn't have a sled, and I didn't really see where that was all that fun. I'll go back someday. Maybe I'll rent a sled and do that. I don't know. It's very popular. I'll give it that. A lot of people were sledding. A lot of people were there. A lot of people that were there just for the sledding, I believe. So that was the most crowded national park I've been to on this trip. Easily. So anyways, yeah, I'm now officially headed back home, and I won't be moving west anymore on this trip. I've got about 1,800 miles to go via Google. Today I hope to cover about 600 of it. Like I said, the last hour-ish I've actually been adding distance. This is not ideal, but according to my Garmin and according to how the crow flies, I added about 30 miles of distance coming in the last hour. But now I'm finally headed in the right direction, and should continue to do so for the next 3 days. You could say maybe I'm going a little out of my way to go to San Antonio, but not really. I just got on I-10 here, and I'm going to follow I-10 all the way to Tallahassee and hit I-75. So I don't even need directions actually at this point. I'm just going to go I-10 on like one turn before I'm home. One highway change. 1,000 miles on I-10. So I've never done that before. A lot of firsts on this trip. That's one of them. But anyways, it was a good trip. Last couple of stops here, they're basically just photo ops. And one of them I've even already done before in my life is a case